gonna take it slow, and we gon' make it out this hole, and ain't nobody stopping us, no. So watch me as I go, watch me as I grow, and we ain't gonna take it slow, and we gon' make it out this hole, and ain't nobody stopping us, no. So watch me as I go, watch me as I grow, yeah, I'm the fucking shit.
We are exactly 1 week away from Survivor Series, the one time of year where Raw and SmackDown Live go head-to-head. We are going to fill out the rest of Team Raw's team, basically, here in this episode 2 qualifying matches here, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's get Raw underway now. Will be the Destroyer and former United States Champion Samoa Joe taking on 1/3 of the Shield in the Architect, Seth Rollins. These two obviously have some history with each other. If you guys remember their SummerSlam 6-man tag match, Rollins, Reigns, and Jason Jordan ended up defeating Samoa Joe and the Usos in that matchup. And there's been several clashes between Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins, so this is another one with a lot on the line. Of course, this is going to be for another spot on Team Raw at Survivor Series. We will see if Joe can get a measure of revenge on Rollins after that loss at SummerSlam. So far for Team Raw, it is Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. We'll find out between one of these two men and the matchup in tonight's main event, the rest of Team Raw. Both teams shaping up very, very well again for Raw. So far, it's Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. On the SmackDown side of things, it is Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. Very interesting teams coming to form so far as the Architect makes his way down to the ring. Seth looking to join his Shield brother Roman Reigns on Team Raw. Both men a part of Team Raw's Survivor Series team last year. If you guys remember, it was the Shield and Dolph Ziggler taking on the Balor Club. So AJ was also on Team SmackDown last year as well. So there's going to be a bunch of history between superstars woven in and out of that matchup. So that'll just make things even more interesting. And I think I mentioned this a week or two ago, that there is going to be a lot more on the line for both Team Raw and Team SmackDown and the shows in general following Survivor Series, and winning Survivor Series is a lot more important than it has been in the past, but I will explain that once we get to Survivor Series itself, and more or less I'll go in depth on that news once that Survivor Series elimination tag match gets underway, but that will be next week, of course. So Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. Winner joins Team Raw. Joe immediately recovers, takes Rollins down. Again, these two men alone have a lot of history with each other. They know each other pretty well in their several encounters over the past couple years. Drop kick there by Rollins as Joe is slow to his feet. Big right hand. You see the strength of Samoa Joe there. Pushes Seth down, but Rollins now gets up to his feet. And now the barrage of offense by the former United States Champion Samoa Joe. There we go, in a reversal by Rollins, a reversal by Joe. Again, just in this opening few moments of this match, you can already see these guys know each other's move for move. Samoa Joe gets sent into the corner for him, smashed by the Architect. Some stomps as Joe gets out and back into the ring. Drop kick by Rollins. Seth fired up as always. Another form smash to Joe in the corner. Over the top rope, or actually through the rope, Samoa Joe juked him out there, and Rollins crashes hard into the floor, nearly hitting the barricade. How Rollins is still on his feet is beyond me as he takes Samoa Joe down with a step-up enziguri. Rollins, high risk move, goes for an elbow drop and misses. Samoa Joe got out of the way just in time. Kick to the back of the knee. Clothesline from behind from Rollins. Referee's count continues. Rollins throwing it all out there, throws himself over the top rope again, doesn't fully connect. Referee's count continues. Samoa Joe still trying to get to his feet, and he does. One grabs Rollins' foot, distracts him for a moment. Reversal by Rollins. Oh, a jab right to the face, mostly the nose there by Samoa Joe. Slams him right down. Rollins in trouble. Wraps the legs around the head. Rollins turning him over, gets out of it. Goes for a move. Samoa Joe blocks it. Now Rollins with a reversal. Looked like Rollins was setting up for the curb stomp, but Joe saw it coming a mile away. Now kicks the leg of Samoa Joe and kick to Rollins there. Spinning heel kick by the Architect. Joe to his feet. Knees to the face. Takes Samoa Joe down with the Meteor. Nice move there by Rollins. Seth over the top rope again. Throwing all his body weight onto a prone Samoa Joe. And a super kick incoming, no, and Samoa Joe gets out of the way. Hits him with a couple jabs. Stuns Rollins for the moment. Dumps him back first onto the apron. Picks up Rollins. Reversal. Seth gets back in now. Both men back into the ring. Samoa Joe turns him around. Going for the suplexes. Hits the first one. Full Nelson suplex for the second. Seth Rollins in trouble. Seth Rollins in trouble. And a third German suplex by Samoa Joe. Rollins trying to get to his feet, and he does. It's not a good spot for Rollins. Samoa Joe has the Coquina clutch locked in. Seth nowhere to go. And he is forced to tap out. Samoa Joe just put Seth Rollins to sleep there, and Samoa Joe is now part of Team Monday Night Raw next week at Survivor Series. This is another great match between these two men. Samoa Joe gets a bit of revenge and now joins Team Raw. Team Raw, very, very intimidating if you ask me. You have Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Drew McIntyre. Again, we have the last two SmackDown qualifiers tomorrow on SmackDown Live. Seth, not too happy. Let's get ready for tonight's main event. Out first is one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions and former United States Champion, the show-off Dolph Ziggler. You guys remember last week, Drew McIntyre was able to defeat Rusev in a matter of 10-15 seconds or so to qualify for Team Raw. So Ziggler looking to join his tag team partner and co-tag team champion on Team Raw. We saw moments ago Samoa Joe forced Seth Rollins to tap. So it is Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe for Team Raw so far. A lot of powerhouses on the Raw side of things, as SmackDown has the speed of Sami Zayn and the speed of AJ Styles. So regardless of how the teams finish shaping up between this match and the two SmackDown qualifying matches tomorrow, things are definitely going to be interesting come Survivor Series next week. But Ziggler needs to beat his opponent tonight if he wants to join McIntyre on Team Raw. Let's see who the show-off is taking on in this qualifying match. Alright, very interesting there. Taking on the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. The last time we saw Owens in a match, he picked up a huge win over Mr. Money in the Bank, Finn Balor. basically in Balor's first night as Mr. Money in the Bank. The contract wasn't on the line. Balor was able to defend it at Hell in a Cell against Bobby Lashley. But Owens, still with the purpose of making it the year of Kevin Owens. So we're giving KO a shot at qualifying for Team Monday Night Raw. I mentioned it at the start of the show. Survivor Series and the whole Team Raw and Team SmackDown thing has a lot more on the line than it has in the past. But once again, I will explain it next week during the pay-per-view itself. But Owens versus Ziggler definitely going to be a great matchup for sure, as this sold-out crowd is ready to go for tonight's main event. Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. Final spot on Team Raw. Up for grabs. Owens wasting no time, going right after one half of the tag team champions. Big right hand from the prize fighter. Owens now in a blur. Again, Owens definitely needs to be careful of Drew McIntyre on the outside. It could easily be a 2-on-1 situation at any moment. Again, Ziggler and McIntyre would actually have to be careful with that, because if the referee catches Drew McIntyre do anything, or touch Owens in any way, shape, or form, Ziggler will end up getting disqualified, and Owens will win via DQ and make Team Raw that way. So all three men have to be careful here. Owens super kick takes Ziggler down. Owens trying to maintain his early control. Another kick to the midsection, right hand by Dolph. Goes for a leaping elbow, but Owens is able to sidestep it. Goes for it again. And a Uranagi slam there by Owens. Ziggler with a jawbreaker. Goes for the leaping elbow again, and a clothesline by KO takes Ziggler out of the ring. Now, as to be expected, Kevin Owens just trash-talking his opponent. Ziggler trying to get to his feet, gets back in, kick right to the face. Stomp to the left arm. Picks him up. Ziggler in trouble. Drops him throat first on the top rope. Owens being extra aggressive in this matchup, and you gotta be if you want to be able to make Team Raw next week at Survivor Series. Elbow to the face by Ziggler. Off the ropes. And a big forearm by Owens. Owens goes for a backdrop suplex, but Owens crashes all his weight down on Ziggler. If Ziggler is able to make Raw team and beat Owens here tonight, this will be the second year in a row. Ziggler is part of Team Raw, as he played a crucial role in it last year, helping the Shield defeat the Balor Club. Owens picking him up. Package neck breaker, just drops him right on the knee. The show off in trouble. Not in any position to show off at the moment. Owens looking to put him away. Pop up power bomb by Kevin Owens. Falls into the... And no, Ziggler is able to get the shoulder up in time. Owens thought he won this matchup. I thought so as well. Owens can't let it get the better of him here. He needs to stay on the attack. Picks him up. Ziggler with a reversal pushes Owens away. Creates some space. And another slam there by the prize fighter. Kevin going up top. Looking for the frog splash, maybe. No, going for a moonsault, but Ziggler gets the knees up in time. Owens took a bit too much time there. Elbow to the face. Owens with an elbow to the face of Ziggler now. Again, exchanging elbows. Leaping clothesline, or elbow rather. Owens has been reversing that move a lot in this matchup. The show-off sent onto the apron. Owen forearm to the face. Draping DDT from the second rope by Owens. Could see Drew McIntyre stirring on the outside a bit. Ziggler gets back in. Catches Ziggler in the small package. Owens trying to get a cheap victory. 1, 2. And Ziggler gets out of it again. Owens starting to get furious now. Super kick. Takes down Dolph. Cover 1, 2. And no. Gets the shoulder up again. Owens doing everything he can to put Dolph Ziggler away. Kick to the midsection, going for the pop-up power bomb. A second time into the pin, middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, and Kevin Owens is now the final member of Team Raw next week at Survivor Series. What a matchup. Ziggler showing his resiliency once again. He's been through a lot of matches the past few weeks, pulled double duty at Survivor Series. So Owens takes advantage of a very exhausted, beaten up Dolph Ziggler to qualify for Team Raw. What a way to end this episode of Monday Night Raw. Team Raw is set. It is Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens. Tomorrow on SmackDown Live, we are going to find out the rest of Team Blue going to team up with Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. Survivor Series next week is going to be crazy for sure. But if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we'll see everybody tomorrow on SmackDown Live.